Well, hello and welcome to September. Can you believe it's September? I'm like, okay, this year has gone by like that. Felt like I just yelled Happy New Year not that long ago. Nevertheless, time marches on. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Allison Rozelle. I'm a spiritual empowerment coach for women who are 40 and over. I'm also a certified Usui Reiki master healer and teacher at my school, the Sacred Pathway Academy. So now that I got that over with, how about we jump into a reading for September? So I started doing these in, I want to say either June or July. And had great reception from those who viewed. And first and foremost, let me just say, for those who take time to come and view videos on my channel, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I see you, and I'm just very grateful. What I would be even more grateful for is if you subscribe, like, comment, and share. That would help so much. So much. Just saying. All right, so we're going to do a reading, an oracle card reading for the month of September. And we are going to be using one of my favorite decks by one of my favorite creators of Miss Colette Baron Reed, Wisdom of the Oracle. Now, I thought about using the Enchanted Map, but this is the deck that kind of jumped out at me first. So this is the one we going with, okay? I sound a little nasally, I think because now that fall is right around the corner, my fall allergies are gonna start kicking in soon. So much fun. So what we'll do is this reading, despite how I'm starting to feel all nasally and stuff. Yeah. So let me get everything pulled up here. Y'all know me. What you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. And I say that because sometimes I'll clean the video up and everything else to make it more presentable. But I need y'all to know I'm human. So I revel in my mistakes. I want you to see the real me, not the polished and pretty. I get tongue tied. My brain be like going off into another direction and all this other stuff. So I need y'all to know I'm real. So, all right. So the question that we are going to begin with is, what is the challenge for this month? First, let me set the sacred intention. That this reading be for our highest good as a collective. Everyone who views this reading. All right. So what is the challenge this month? Because we're in September. Do you remember? Challenge for this month. I'm trying to give them a good shuffle because I honestly have not used this deck in months. So yeah. I think that's enough because yeah. So the challenge for this month is deep knowing. Deep knowing. And you know what? That seems about right, because many of us are being challenged as far as what we are used to doing out of sheer like habit. And a lot of those habits are not healthy habits, like they're very self-sabotaging. And a lot of us are starting to doubt, our purpose, doubt, are we going to make it? Is this really going to happen for me? I coach Reiki-preneurs, right? Reiki entrepreneurs, for those that don't know what that means. But many of them wrestle with confidence, self-doubt, self-worth. And what I encourage them to do, and I'm encouraging you to do, is to go within and seek a deeper knowing. The deeper knowing is knowing that you know, that you know, that you know that you are guided divinely, that you are covered divinely, that you are loved divinely, right? Having that knowing. That's the difference between believing in something and knowing something. Knowing means that in my body, I am like positive that this is something that I know. Believe in something sometimes, and this is just my interpretation, just means it could be true, might not be true, but it might be that this is what I choose to believe at this moment, if that makes sense. But a knowing is like, I've witnessed it, I've experienced it, I've gone through it, so I know. So the challenge is, you're going to face some challenges most likely this month, and test what you know to be true. Not what you think, not the stories you're telling yourself, but a deep knowing. So what energy will be following us this month? What's the energy? And for those that don't know, since I'm an energy healer, that's what I deal with. When I do my readings, it's more of the energy. It's not, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm like super psychic medium person, because no, that's not me. I'm reading the energy. And that is always my sacred intention when I start doing readings. These cards want to stick together for some reason. It's making me mad. I'm going to keep going. Okay, so what's the energy that will be following us this month? The energy that will be following us this month, the month of September. Loyal heart. Loyal heart. So for loyal heart, I'm going to get the guidebook, because first and foremost, this card is what I love so much, because number one, I love owls. But something about the heart that just, yeah. So let me get that one real quick. That is number 55. Oh, opened up right to it. So it means that it's meant to be. The essential meanings are fidelity, loyalty, devotion. It says evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that spirit is always loyal to you. I'm gonna stop there for just a second. Didn't we just say a deeper knowing? Wasn't that the challenge? So this is kind of carrying over into the next card, saying that, okay, so we know it's, spirit is saying, we know it's going to be a challenge for you, but here's the energy that's coming behind it. This is what's going to be surrounding you for this month, is that loyal heart. And I'm going to read that sentence one more time. Know that spirit is always loyal to you. That's the deeper knowing. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected, and divinely directed. Mic drop. That is the challenge that spills over into the energy following you. So the energy that's going to be following us this month, Spirit already knows your faith is going to be tested this month. So, buckle up, buttercup, but know that spirit is loyal. Your ancestors, your elevated ancestors are loyal. Your beautiful spirit guides are loyal. and they have you in the palm of their hands. Yes. All right, so that's the energy that's going to be following us. So what should we be focusing our attention on? If we know that we're going to be dealing with all this, then what do we need to focus our attention on? Because that's a lot. It's a lot, but it's not. And I wasn't trying to rhyme, it's just happening. So what should we, or where should we focus our attention? Where should we focus our attention? This one, oh, excuse me, is in the protection. I'm gonna show you the right side and then I'm gonna flip it because it came up in protection. So it's to the sea. And so that's upside down. Now, generally when this card comes up, it has something to do with like surrender and the flow of life, right? Since it's upside down, I'm gonna say it's not that it's gonna mean the opposite. It just means it's more intense. Now, when I say that, I'm saying it based on the first two cards that, yeah, going with the flow of life, understanding that you're gonna follow the current, go with the flow and stop fighting the current. You know, don't be like a salmon and swimming against it, go with it, okay? And the current means the flow of your life. We've been spending a lot of time kind of ducking, dodging, trying to figure some things out. And a lot of it is taking us out of alignment. It's taking us off of our divine path because we're getting distracted by shiny new things. And again, going into the belief system. And again, the belief system is tricky because the belief system means it could be true and it may not be true. So don't fall into that. Go with the flow, the rhythm of what life is throwing at you. And it's not so much of life, it's really more of spirit. Let the guidance happen. So your focus should be on flow, allowing flow, welcoming flow, even more so than normal. So like I said, generally when it's in protection, it's something to the opposite, but with this, just because the way this reading is going and how the energy is presenting itself, it just means stronger in this instance. Stronger, go with the flow. Don't fight it. Allow flow in your life. So that's where we should focus our attention. So what do we need to make time for this month? So if we're gonna go with the flow, then we need to make time for some stuff, right? Cards are sticking and it's driving me crazy. I'm gonna keep going though. I think they're getting me back because I haven't used them in a while. It's like you haven't called me to use you, so that's why. Yeah, they call me to use them. See, that's what I get for being smart. The card I wanted is still on top, so it's cool. All right, so making time for here and now. I promise to love faithfully. Every time I pull this card, that's what I think about. Peace to Luther Vandross. Now, this card, the here and the now. What we need to make time for is being more present. Being more present. So let's go back. So if the challenge is going to be challenging our faith, our deeper knowing, right? A deep knowing. And then the energy that's following us is the loyal heart, is the loyalty, is the love, is the protection from the divine. And we should be focusing our attention on going with the flow, allowing flow, surrendering to flow. Then making time for being forever present in the moment. Make time for the present. Don't get so hopped up on the past or what you are anticipating for the future, because again, what keeps coming up, the word don't fall into the trap of your belief system, because your beliefs are going to fool you. It's going to pull you away from your faith. So staying in the present, because in the present, this is where we deal with whatever is coming, right? It's coming at you, and the present is steadily happening. It's just like an elder was speaking one time, and I often reference this, is he's like, don't get too caught up in, any moment when it comes in time, because there's always another now. Like as we sit here, how many nows have happened if you're going by seconds or minutes? So being present in the now, because life is happening steadily. It's happening steadily. So take it one step, one moment, one now at a time, but be present in the now. That is one of the things about Reiki that I love, is when you first start learning Reiki, and Reiki level 1 is basically there to teach you how to be present, to be in your body and feel within yourself. So when I think about that, like I said, I love that card because it always makes me think of Luther Vandross. But yeah, be here, be right now. Focus on the here and now, because that's really and literally all you have. Tomorrow's not promised. Yesterday is done. So why not focus on the right here and right now? Okay. What do we need to release? I like this reading so far. y'all better be leaving me comments. Don't you make me come through this camera. Y'all better be leaving me comments, not just likes, comments. You heard me. Y'all know I'm silly too. So what do we need to release? Let me get focused, because I'm gonna have these cards flying everywhere because I'm not focusing. What do we need to release? Okay, that's enough. Ooh, these cards are funny. Okay, so another one in protection. Orphaned. I'm gonna show you the right side. It doesn't keep capturing my ring light. Orphaned. This is another one, and I am gonna read from the book on this one. So orphaned, orphaned, orphaned. Since it was in protection, let's read the protection. So it says, the shadow side of this card speaks to the essence of abandonment. Perhaps you feel the need to remain apart because intimacy is too threatening. It also warns against creating inappropriate family structures in order to conceal old wounds. It's time to address the unhealthy alliances you formed and make a decision to heal the past. You will not be abandoned by the world if you claim yourself as whole. Go ahead and claim yourself as whole right now. Right now. Not all relationships are dysfunctional, and not all of them will disappoint you. Don't abandon yourself. You can connect to others in a healthy way once you recognize your patterns and consciously choose to interrupt them. Life wants to love you. Let it. Life wants to love you. So let it. Isn't this just like so freaking aligned with this reading? So what we need to release is all those patterns. It keeps coming up. Those belief systems, those patterns, those toxic traits that we keep carrying. And we're using those traits and those things to keep singing that same sad song, that same sad story that we keep feeding ourselves, which adds to low self-worth. It adds to our faith being crushed at every turn. What we have to do right now is not choose to isolate ourselves so that we can continue to pick at our old wounds. No. What this means is get yourself out there and live life. Get yourself out there. Find your people. If you don't, the people that you are currently with are not adding to your life, then find the people who will. Go to the places where people who have the interest that you have, and be there with them and find your peeps. It's better when we're in a community. We're not meant to be an island. I know in the Western, society, and a lot of this new age spirituality is telling everybody to cut everybody off. And no, we're not supposed to just sit and just haphazardly cut everybody off. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. What we're supposed to be doing is healing the shadow and wounds within ourselves, while at the same time making connections with people who can add to our lives, and we can then reciprocate and add to theirs. That's what it is. It's simple, but it's complicated because, again, we're going back into those belief systems. We believe that vulnerability is a weakness. We believe that we can't let people in because people are out to hurt us, right? And so we isolate, and then we're like, I can't open up my heart no more to people because I keep getting disappointed and all that jazz. But it's time to loose it and let it go, baby. And lastly, what opportunity or opportunities should we seize for this month? I'm going to pull 3. With these opportunities, I want you to pick the one that's most aligned with you. 1, 2, or 3. So, what opportunities should we seize this month? Took a minute for that one. So, the first opportunity, breathe. Breathe. Now, you might be like, okay, I breathe now. No, no. Remember, the challenge is our deep knowing. We're going to be challenged in our faith. The best way for you to come down from the high, like, is breathe. Breathe. That's take the moment, seize the moment to breathe. Because with the breath, we can heal. With the breath, we can reconnect within ourselves. So take that opportunity to take a breath, to breathe, step away, retreat, take time to care for yourself. What's the other one? Card number 2, happy, honey, just be happy. Don't let nobody piss on your parade. Take this opportunity for the people who are the Debbie Downers and the Danny Downers that are going to try to come into your life and try to tell you that you are stupid for believing that you can have it like that, or be like that, be abundant like that, have your business like that you can't make no money in being a Reiki practitioner. You can't, be elevated in a way and blah, 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 blah. Honey, take both of those. Breathe and be happy, happy, happy. Lean into joy. Yeah, make some moments of joy for yourself. And notice I said make some moments, right? Don't just be like, you know what? I'm upset right now and I just want to sit in that. Now don't get it twisted. Sometimes we do have to just sit in it so we can evolve past it. But right about now for this month, because our faith is being tested, because we have to lean into that knowing and have the loyalty and love of spirit pouring into our lives, going with the flow, living in the here and now, not isolating ourselves. The opportunities are there for you to breathe and lean into joy. The last opportunity is co-create. Co-create. Now, I would say take all three of these, but take the things that align with you, and the ones that don't throw them away. Just put them aside until they become relevant. Now, let's talk about co-create. Co-creation can be a very happy process. This just means collaborate. Going back to the orphaned card, you're not supposed to do everything by yourself. Life is a co-creative dance. We co-create with spirit, with the creator. We co-create and collaborate with one another. Find those people that can help you in this co-creative dance. Lean into your spiritual practices that continue to get you closer to spirit, to your elevated ancestors, to your spirit guides. That is a co-creative dance. So you have an opportunity to not just create, but co-create, relying on the fact that you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do it alone. We think we're supposed to do everything by ourselves, asking for help, asking for others to work with us. You know, we just don't do it. Pride can be a terrible thing sometimes. So let me know what you think about this reading. I'm in love with it. I am so happy. I'm about to like go and journal a little bit on this because yowza, it's a lot coming up. But yes, comment, like, share this with your peeps. And yeah, I'll see you next time, okay? So have a beautiful September and see you next time, all right? Bye for now.